Hi, this is Ann with Finance on the Offense, and today I'm going to go over how much money you need to retire. And I want to mention that I'm not a finance professional, so everything in this video is just for entertainment purposes only. All right, let's get started. Okay, so there are a few different ways to figure this out, but really you need to know how much you need every year in retirement. So you need to kind of track your expenses. Another way to do it though is just to take 75% of your current income and call that what you would need in retirement each year. But obviously that is not a very accurate way of doing it because everybody's spending and saving habits are different. So a much more accurate way would, instead of doing an entire year of expenses, just do like 3 months. Track your expenses for 3 months and see how much you're spending. Then you can just multiply that by 4 and get 12 months or a year. But if you do it that way, don't forget to factor in large expenses like property taxes. Depending on your situation, you might only pay those once a year. My husband and I have been tracking our expenses on a Google spreadsheet, and while it is kind of time consuming, it's really nice to know exactly how much we spend every year. And it also makes it easy to figure out how much we're going to need in retirement. Let's say you spend $50,000 a year just to make it easy. So in retirement, you would need to have a big enough nest egg that you could pull about $50,000 a year out every year for the rest of your life, hopefully, and never run out of money. Now, there's something called the 4% rule that you might have heard of. And what that is you take your spending for a year and divide it by 4% or 0.04. If your expenses are $50,000 and you divide that by 0.04, you get $1,250,000. And this is the amount that you'll need if you want to have $50,000 available to you in retirement. Now, there is inflation, and that really changes what that number should be. Inflation actually decreases what our money is worth, so you need to be careful of that. You need to watch it and then adjust that $50,000 based on what inflation is doing in the economy. Now, some experts think that the 4% rule is a little outdated. They think that in the future, stock and bond returns are going to be much lower. So they think that 3% is a much more realistic number. So let's go ahead and figure it with the 3% rule. So if we take our $50,000 and divide it by 0.03, we get $1,666,666. And that would be your nest egg if you wanted to pull $50,000 out. Now there's one more thing to think about, and that is Social Security, which we can start at age 62. According to the SSA, as of March 2022, the average Social Security paycheck is $1,537 a month, or $18,444 a year. So if we figure that into calculations, still using the 4% rule and $50,000, we would take $50,000 minus that Social Security income of $18,444, and that is $31,556. Then we divide that by 0.04, 4%, and we only need a nest egg of $788,900. Or if we wanted to use the 3% number, you would need $1,051,866 saved. Now, you might not actually want to figure in Social Security dollars because we really don't know if it's still going to be there for us when we're that age. We'll just have to wait and see. But I hope this video has given you some idea of how much you'll need in retirement based on your expenses. All right, I hope you liked this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, just hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, and you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.